Mellow greetings, everybody. My name is James. I'm from the internet. Today we are going to be talking about cancel culture. Now, it is March 3rd. March 3rd is the birthday of Dr. Seuss, beloved American author and illustrator. So, of course, that's going to lead us into a conversation about cancel culture. Why? Because it's the year 2021 and everything is an all or nothing debate that is somehow going to decide the fate of human existence, including Dr. Seuss. Now, if this all seems a little out of sorts, allow me to explain it to you. And then, after I finish the explanation, I'm going to show you some of the rage reaction and exactly what goes into the performative theater portion of the show, which is getting raged and incensed by canceling things that aren't actually getting canceled. Here we go. 6 Dr. Seuss books will be discontinued because of racist and insensitive imagery. What? No. Wait a minute. You're telling me that a whole bunch of stuff that was written and illustrated by some white dude in between the 1920s and the 1960s, now in retrospect, some of it might seem racially insensitive? No. Shut the front door. I'm shocked. 6 Dr. Seuss books, including And to Think I Saw It on Mulberry Street and If I Ran the Zoo, will stop being published because of racist and insensitive imagery, the business that preserves and protects the author's legacy said on Tuesday, quote, "These books portray people in ways that are hurtful and wrong," Dr. Seuss Enterprises told the Associated Press in a statement that coincided with the late author and illustrator's birthday. Ceasing sales of these books is only part of our commitment and our broader plan to ensure Dr. Seuss Enterprises catalog represents and supports all communities and families. The other books affected are Mick Elligott's Pool, On Beyond Zebra, Scrambled Egg Supper, and The Cat's Quizzer. Now, to be honest with you, I'm not familiar with any of those titles. You know, I'm old school. I really dig the classics. How the Grinch Stole Christmas, Green Eggs and Ham, One Fish, Two Fish, Red Fish, Blue Fish. Yeah, that's my jam. The decision to cease publication and sales of the books was made last year after months of discussion. The company told the AP, quote, Dr. Seuss Enterprises listened and took feedback from our audiences, including teachers, academics, and specialists in the field as part of our review process. We then worked with a panel of experts, including educators, to review our catalog of titles. Now, so far, none of this seems very extreme to me. This is a publishing company that's also charged with protecting the legacy of somebody who is both beloved and historically problematic. This is what they're supposed to do. They're ensuring that the content is still relevant and not offensive so they can continue to market, sell it, proliferate it, and keep it embedded as part of Americana. Books by Dr. Seuss, who was born Theodore Seuss Geisel in Springfield, Massachusetts in March of 1904, have been translated into dozens of languages, as well as in Braille, and are sold in more than 100 countries. He died 30 years ago in 1991. But now that his content is being reviewed by the people who are charged with maintaining and licensing it, the right wing is absolutely flipping out. He remains popular, earning an estimated $33 million before taxes in 2020, up from $9.5 million 5 years ago. Forbes listed him number 2 on its highest paid dead celebrities of 2020, behind only Michael Jackson. Good to know that's the sort of thing that we keep a running tally of. As adored as Dr. Seuss is by millions around the world for the positive values in many of his works, including environmentalism and tolerance, there has been increasing criticism in recent years over the way Black people, Asians, and others are drawn in some of his most beloved children's books, as well as in his earlier advertising and propaganda illustrations. So, how much rage could we possibly induce over a book licensing company ensuring that stuff in its care that was written between 1920 and 1960, when we were even more racist as fuck, doesn't have content in it that today potential buyers or advertisers would look at and say, this is racist as fuck. Uh-oh, look out. The crazy libs are at it again. Oh, those lib turds, you know, the radical left, led by Antifa super soldier high commander Nancy Pelosi. You know, they're leading the charge of just canceling everything beloved to people who have absolutely no sense of history or context. Oh, you can come take this Dr. Seuss hat from my cold dead hands, just like my guns, which nobody has ever actually come to try and take, but I love raging about it anyway. America! Oh, hey, look, they actually spelt liberal right. That's a first. The right-wing rage was so overwhelming, even Newsmax host Grant Stitchfield got in on the action. I have no fucking clue who you are, buddy.
I offer all of you this. To all of you warriors wanting to cancel my culture, stop buzzing around like a radical vulture. You will eat your own if they don't seem to comply, destroying this nation from the moral ground you call high.
So far, I'm assuming that I will indeed need to be high to process the rest of this, but I'm gonna do it anyway.
The liberals and leftists, they all make me sick as they treat all of us like some bum country hick. And just as they think they have dealt us a blow, well, Newsmax is here. But that you all know.
Who? Huh? Who?
You see, these liberal zombies may cancel Dr. Seuss, but canceling everything is part of their ruse. Still, Newsmax stands firm, and it's here to stay, no matter what nonsense may come our way. Because the truth always wins, and wins it does big. It beats the hell out of your socialist pig.
Hey-oh! Damn, look at that. The people at Newsmax are getting into the action, so you know the rage is legit. In fact, the rage of the cancellation of Dr. Seuss, who wasn't actually canceled. He just had 6 books removed for sale, but the rest of them are all out there. His legacy still exists. He's still a beloved American author and illustrator, and every single year on December 20th, How the Grinch Stole Christmas will be playing on NBC, I assure you. Got so bad that this cancel culture, the cries to make it end, have reached the highest levels of government. The highest. Higher than that guy over there. That's how high. Breaking. Ranking member Jim Jordan calls on Representative Jerry Nadler to hold first full committee hearing on cancel culture. Dun, dun, dun. Dear Chairman Nadler, the wave of cancel culture spreading the nation is a serious threat to fundamental free speech rights. Wait, what is that? The wave of cancel culture spreading the nation is a serious threat. Bruh, Jim, did you just cancel basic grammar? From newsrooms to college campuses to social media giants, we have seen a dangerous trend towards silencing and censoring certain political speech. As the committee entrusted with upholding the Constitution and our fundamental liberties, our first full committee hearing for the 117th Congress must examine this cancel culture sweeping America. Bro, it's sweeping across America. It's not sweeping. The First Amendment to the Constitution guarantees to all Americans the right to speak freely. This guarantee of freedom of speech has allowed our country to develop and maintain a political discourse fueled by the free exchange of ideas. This freedom has empowered risk takers and innovators. It has shaped bold new ideas and given us a prosperous democracy. Quite simply, it has made the United States the envy of the world. Bruh, you do know that the First Amendment to the Constitution only guarantees that Congress shall pass no laws which abridge free speech. Have you read the Constitution? Cancel culture is a dangerous phenomenon, whether you agree or disagree with the views being censored. Our society must always promote the free exchange of ideas, not cancel the ideas with which we disagree. If cancel culture continues unchallenged, it is not just the unpopular or controversial viewpoints that are at risk. Every viewpoint and every idea, whether widely accepted now or not, runs the risk of eventually falling into disfavor with the ever-changing standards of cancel culture. Dun, dun, dun. As Justice Louis Brandeis counseled almost a century ago, the remedy for falsehoods and fallacies is more speech, not enforced silence. Cancel culture's long-term consequences to our democracy and our constitutional framework are serious and substantial. We must fight this trend before it's too late. So apparently, our good friend Gymnasium Jordan, who isn't into cancel culture, definitely didn't want to cancel the culture that was going on in that gymnasium back in the day. Right, Gymnasium Jordan? Yeah, that guy. He's really concerned about cancel culture, specifically the liberals. Oh, those pesky liberals, they're canceling everything, including Dr. Seuss, who again is not canceled. So now, I want to remind Gymnasium Jordan and all his friends of exactly what right-wing cancel culture looks like. Let me bring up the list. Colin Kaepernick, Nike, the National Football League, Keurig, Kathy Griffin, Starbucks, Rage Against the Machine, Black Sabbath, the Dixie Chicks, CNN, MSNBC, the New York Times, Jimmy Kimmel, Bill Maher, Dungeons and Dragons, Reza Aslan, the Boston Red Sox, the New York Yankees, Sony, Talia Lavin, Fox News, Boycott, Divest, and Sanction Movement, the Black Lives Matter Movement, George Lopez, Battlefield 5, Anita Sarkeesian, NASCAR, The Hunt, The Last of Us 2, Brie Larson, the new Star Wars trilogy, the Pope, Costco, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, Beyonce, Chrissy Teigen, Sarah Silverman, Aunt Jemima, Lando Lakes, Black Rifle Coffee, Harry Styles, Lowe's, Bed Bath & Beyond, Kohl's, and Liz Cheney. So sit your no-canceling ass the fuck down, Gymnasium Jordan. And a final reminder for those of you all the way back in the cheap seats. The people who cry the most about cancel culture are always the first ones to go out of their way and cancel everybody who doesn't agree with their quest to cancel shit. You know how I know? Because I've had that shit on the bottom of my Twitter account for 2 years. Thanks, right-wingers, for canceling me. So welcome to 2021 and the end of the cultural death spiral, the natural conclusion of a polarized society that only allows us to maintain two ideologies, two political parties, and only two extremes as an answer to every last thing that's going on in the world. Maybe, just maybe, if we want to do better, we have to stop making everything a battle for the ages. Until next time, my name is James. I am from the internet and I am out. Peace.